Hello, and welcome to this training course proudly conducted by Technology. It's a pleasure to have you here with us today. We are excited to embark on this learning journey with you. At Technology, we are dedicated to empowering professionals by providing them with cutting-edge knowledge and skills. Our comprehensive focus on artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and business applications ensures that you are well equipped to not just survive, but truly thrive in today's dynamic and rapidly evolving business world. Get ready for a delightful journey filled with fun and excitement. Your thrilling adventure awaits. But before we dive into the sessions, let me guide you through some important housekeeping rules. Your trainer will provide the detailed break schedule, including coffee and prayer breaks. Please use English names on your accounts for better interactions by our trainer. It is recommended to avoid using numerals or distinct symbols. And please ensure that your mics are muted to maintain an uninterrupted session. Adhering to the break schedule ensures seamless operations and provides everyone with a well-organized experience, keeping sessions on schedule. Let me walk you through the certification requirements process to ensure you successfully receive your certificate. If applicable, you must complete all the following steps. 1. Complete the pre- and post-assessments. These are vital to evaluate your learning progress and are required for certification. 2. Redeem the achievement code. Scan the QR code provided during the session to claim your digital badge and certificate. 3. Complete the training survey. Your feedback is essential to help us improve future sessions. Please make sure to follow all the steps carefully. If you have any questions or need assistance, don't hesitate to ask your trainer. Once again, welcome to this training program by Technology. Have a productive and enjoyable session ahead. We can't wait to see the impact you will create. Thank you for joining us.
All right, welcome everyone and good afternoon. My name is Ayman Khalifa. I'll be the trainer for this session. And based on my spelling, some people call me AI man. That's my superhero name for the day. So feel free to call me that. Welcome to this webinar brought to you by Technology and Microsoft. Today, we will talk about Microsoft 365 Copilot and how it's changing the scene in the smart work environments. Yeah. I like my sessions to be interactive. If you have any question at any point of time, feel free to ask right away. Worst case scenario, you're going to ask me a question I don't know the answer to. Well, it's a chance for me to learn something new. Copilot is going to answer all of our questions later on. So please interact, engage. Let's maximize the learning out of this session. So a little bit about me first. Well, I've been around technology since 2008. I work in AI, cybersecurity, software engineering, and so on. So if you have a question on the topic or off the topic, if you want to extend the discussion even after the session, feel free to link me in. It would be my pleasure to have you on my professional network. Without further ado, let's begin. So the usual question, raise your hand if you have the Copilot license. Just to test the interaction. And it's a literal pulse check to see who's active, who's alive with me in this session, and who is multitasking and putting me on the corner of the screen. That we don't want. I'm not YouTube. We're here to engage and interact. Yeah. A lot of admissions, a lot of admissions. Okay. Okay, we have like 8 people alive. 9. Okay. Brilliant. 10. There you go. Okay, so you all have Copilot license. Thank you. Lower your hands, please. For everyone else, have you tried any form of Copilot, any Copilot application? Raise your hand if you tried Copilot. If you tried Copilot before, anything, the free one, the one on your phone, any form of Copilot, any flavor, brilliant. I believe these are the ones with the license. Yeah. Okay. Thank you all. Lower your hand. Appreciate the participation. Well, let's begin. Yeah. Just gonna bring the chat window over here to keep an eye on your questions on the chat. And as I mentioned, feel free to ask on the chat window or um, grab the mic and speak. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this session. Well, today we want you to imagine a world where every employee has a personal assistant that know it all. Knows everything about Microsoft 365 applications, formerly named as or known as Office. It knows everything about different topics. Yeah, it knows your organization, documents, and content. Today, we are not here to imagine. Today, we're gonna make it happen. And today, we're here to prove to you that Microsoft 365 Copilot is the best personal assistant that you can have within your organization, whether you were from HR or IT or finance, leadership, operation. Copilot is for everyone. Let's begin our journey into the future of work. In our agenda today, Iman, if you can help me admitting the valuable learners of the participants who's joining. Thank you so much. All right, so here is the outline and agenda for our session today. The focus is on the top applications from Microsoft. These are Teams, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook. But then if we have enough time, why not? We delve into OneNote, Whiteboard, Forms, all right? We'll see the Copilot, the new Copilot app, and so on. Remember, you will guide the session. So if you have any question or you want to know about a certain product, this is the right time. Feel free to put your question on the comments, on the chat window, and I will get back to you the minute I see it. All right, let's carry on. Now, we're done this. We've done with this before we begin. Now, what is Copilot? Well, I need your attention here, please, because you see, Copilot is a product of Microsoft, which is built on top of OpenAI capabilities. All right. So it's a collab between Microsoft and OpenAI. But hear me out. It's not the same ChatGPT you use because what they did is OpenAI created a separate copy from the ChatGPT you're using. So it's not the public ChatGPT you're using, it's a separate copy. All right. So this copy is not the same one that people interact with the public ChatGPT. That's the first difference. Beside, because it's a separate copy, it means it's the same capabilities plus your secured data. All right. So Copilot doesn't actually learn from your data as or return your data as ChatGPT does. ChatGPT keeps every interaction, keeps all the data. Yeah. So if anyone asks a question about the data you share to ChatGPT, ChatGPT will happily expose the data. Let me tell you a story here. There is this school in here, all right, in Qatar, where all the teachers they use ChatGPT heavily, all right? So to write their emails and to report incidents that happens in the school to the management or to draft them and record them somewhere. So they share all those incidents that happens with the kids to ChatGPT, whether they were supposed to share it or not. So now when you go type this school name on the chat on ChatGPT, ChatGPT gives you insights about what's going on in that school. And trust me, the management doesn't want that. Yeah. So that's a typical scenario. Imagine our sensitive data within our organizations. So we do not want to use ChatGPT for that purpose. You must not use ChatGPT with public with corporate data, neither personal data. All right. Why to go to ChatGPT while you have AI capabilities within your day-to-day applications? Yeah, you don't need to go to another app. It's right there. It has access to the web. All right. It has access to your corporate data as well. So you can ground it either to get data from its own learning data, or you can use your organizational data. It's a language model, which means it has the same capabilities of ChatGPT. To give you a clue of what sort of data Copilot can access, let me take you to Microsoft Graph, and this is how Microsoft Graph looks like. All your data on Microsoft 365, yeah. Any interaction with your profile, the files you have in OneDrive, the files you have in SharePoint, the files shared with you, the files shared by you, the groups you're in, your emails, your team's conversation, anything in Microsoft 365. Copilot does not have access to the data on your laptop. It only accesses the data in Microsoft 365. Let's try it out. Ready for a quick demo? Okay. So what I'm going to access now is Copilot in Teams. All right. So I will simply go to Microsoft Teams and hide this panel on the right, where I have actually my chat history here and all the Copilot agents. But this is a talk for another day. Now, this is the interface in Microsoft Teams, the way I accessed it for those who haven't. I just went to the chat window, and on the chat window, I will notice Microsoft Copilot in here. All right. By clicking on Copilot, I started a new conversation. Now, the first thing we see is that it's part of your day-to-day applications. There we go. And I can either direct it to get data from my work environment or get data from the web. So I get to choose work or web. Okay. So work, this is work-related conversation. Yeah. This is where I go like, find a time for me to meet with, and then I'm going to mention the person that I want to meet with. Okay. So to mention someone, you can click on the plus sign here to add content and then choose people, or simply what you need to do is just type / it will open the same panel. It will understand the context of your prompt and go to the right tab, because I said to meet with, it jumped immediately to people. I'm just going to choose the first one, Rania Khoury, and then I'm going to send this to Copilot. This is work tab, which means it understands the schedule assistance, the calendar of people, and so on. I can help you schedule the meeting with Care, review and send the invites, and then I can continue in Outlook. The minute I click continue in Outlook, it will take me to Outlook with the calendar invite prepared for me. But let's try another example. All right, this is the calendar invite part. All right, there we go. This is Rania. All right, I'm gonna add my title and carry on. This is the time chosen, and so on. Another thing, what about summarizing all my emails, conversations, chat, tasks? So I'm going to run this prompt, summarize everything, just to prove to you that it has access to all Microsoft 365 applications, right? So I'm gonna send this to Copilot, and it will start going through my content. All right. So you got emails, I got the chat summary, all right, and so on. And here are some references. Yeah, and it comes back with numbers. These numbers are the references. So when I click on it, it opens on a new page. That particular reference, whether it was a chat conversation or Outlook email and so on, right? So to start a new conversation, simply click on this icon here, and then you get to start a new conversation. The good thing about Copilot is that it allows you to save prompts. You don't need to copy, paste, create a notepad on the side like what we do in other tools. Here, I get to save my prompts immediately on the prompt gallery right here. You see this one? So when I click on the prompt gallery, it will show me some saved prompts by Microsoft. These are all saved prompts. I can explore them. I can go like, okay, based on task, I want to create something. Based on job title, I work in human resource. All right. So maybe data-driven recruiting, create a recruitment process outline, including timeline and resources. That's a prompt that I can use. But if I saved prompts, I go to your prompts tab. Here are all the prompts that I saved by a simple click. I click on the prompt and then I share it with Copilot, because this prompt is very long. You see, I don't want to type this prompt every time. So this is one of the prompts that I use on daily basis to get me my unread emails, to get me my urgent tasks, to get me today's task, to get me the meetings I have today. Yeah, and at the end, suggest a timetable for me to work on every task and reply to emails and so on. So here is a proof that Copilot can actually access all of your Microsoft 365 applications. Let me check if you've posted any question in here. No questions. A lot of AI tools though. All right. You do know that we will share the recording with you, right? We will share the recording with everyone on this call. And my colleague Iman will tell you the details of this, of when we will share those recordings and so on at the end of the session. Now, we have different flavors of Copilot. Yeah, we have the free version accessible through if you go to copilot.microsoft.com, where is it? At copilot.microsoft.com. There you go. Yeah, this is the free version of Copilot. I'm going to paste the link on the chat window. So even if you're not signed in, even if you don't have an account, you can interact with the free version of Copilot. But then if you want Copilot in Microsoft 365 applications and you don't have a license from your corporate or organization or ministry, or, well, you can go for the premium version, the Copilot Pro. That's for individuals. But if you're a corporate, then the Copilot flavor we're talking about in this webinar is the Microsoft 365 Copilot. And when we say Microsoft 365 Copilot, we basically mean this family and more. There are more applications than these, right? But then if you're a developer, we have GitHub Copilot for developers, all right? We have if you're using Dynamics, yeah, we have Copilot for you to interact with your CRM and ERP applications. If you want to develop applications without a single line of code, you can use Power Platform Copilot. You can use Power Apps, Copilot in Power Apps. If you want to automate workflows, yeah, you can use Copilot in Power Automate without writing a single line of code, because it's a low code, no code environment. And you can create dashboards and you can create reports with the help of Copilot. And for the techies, we have Security Copilot. where you get to interact with your and ask questions and understand your security posture better using Copilot queries and so on. And it's an action model as well because it can help you perform actions, not only answer questions and so on. Copilot is for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a leader, strategic level, you're in operational level, you're in tactical level, you're a specialized. Copilot is for everyone. The common factor between all of these is the art of prompt engineering. By the way, all of those images are created using Copilot. And I will show you today how. So the art of prompt engineering. Let's check the pulse again. Type in the chat if you've used any other tool to generate emails. Yeah, just type yes. Type anything in the chat window. Yeah. No, don't mention the tool name. We don't want no competitors here. just tell me yes or no, Muhammad. Yeah, we all did. Okay, we all did. Didn't you all notice that you ask for an email, you get an article, and then you go like, can you make it short? Can you use common words? Because it sounds like Shakespeare wrote my email. Yeah, a professor all of a sudden wrote my email. It's obvious it's not me. So write like human beings. I want one paragraph instead of this whole. Um, uh, we call this prompt engineering. If you wrote the whole thing, all your expectations at the first prompt, write me an email, and I want it to be concise and short. Yeah, write like human beings use common words. Yeah, simple English. This is prompt engineering, and today on this slide, I want to summarize the story of prompt engineering in four main elements. If you have those four elements in every prompt, then you will get the result that you want in a faster time with less iterations. So the first thing is to start with a goal in mind. And hear me out, please. If you cannot visualize what you want, then don't expect Copilot to do it. Don't expect any other tool to do it from the first shot. You have to visualize the output that you want. Yeah. I want to compare between two files, but I want the comparison in a table where first column goes like, okay, file name and then the fields, and then second file name and then the fields. I visualized it. Now I can ask Copilot to do it with clear instructions to receive or to generate the result that I want. So the first thing we begin with, the goal. What do you want from Copilot? And please add some context because Copilot is not a magical wand. It won't know what you're thinking about. You need to tell Copilot why you need this generated output. Are you comparing these two tables because you have an executive meeting or you have a meeting with the team? Well, the language is different, by the way, between these two. The depth of information is different. How long is your meeting if it's a meeting? So add some context. The third pillar in our prompt engineering or the art of prompting is the source. You have to specify the source of information. You see, don't leave it to Copilot to go and visit all its learning data beside your corporate data, beside the websites all over the internet, and then come back with an answer for you. If you, for any generative AI tool, when you leave it to the AI to go and fetch the information for you without specifying from where or directing it, you increase the margin of error and margin of hallucination. So when you specify the source of information, you reduce the margin of error and hallucination. If you wanted to go to the internet, mention what websites you wanted to go to. Yeah. If you wanted to work on your corporate data, then mention the files you wanted to work on. So these are the sources we want to talk about here. And then final, remember the visualization, your expectation. How do you want it? Do you want it in a table? The generated result, I mean. Do you want it in a table? Do you want the tone to be affirmative, authoritative, friendly, maybe formal, maybe direct? Maybe I want it in bullet points. How many bullet points? Yeah, bullet points. And maybe I want it in a table or a paragraph. So your expectations. So for instance, let's say you joined an online meeting and you joined and then you went to Copilot and you went like, okay, can you summarize this meeting for me? But why? Well, I was a little bit late and I want a brief overview of the key points discussed. Yeah, in this meeting. Um, Maybe the project manager for the project or initiative we're meeting about is called Muhammad. So you're interested in directing Copilot to all the changes suggested by Muhammad. And then your expectation. Well, I'm expecting the project timeline in a schedule. And any changes suggested by Muhammad, this is your final prompt. This is an effective prompt. And that's what we call the art of prompting. All right. Any questions so far? Sorry to hear so, Carolina. Caroline, sorry, Caroline. All right. Any questions so far? Any question? All right, then let's try it out. All right. So I will go to Copilot. Let me get my Copilot in here. Mr. Copilot. This is Mr. Copilot. All right, I'm starting a new conversation. And this time it's not work related, so I'm gonna switch to web. Okay, and on the web I'm gonna build my prompt based on by the way, we call this um, GCSE. All right, GCSE format. So you can even ask Copilot to about the GCSE format and it would know what I'm talking about. So let's try this one. All right. So, señores, we have where's my slide? Okay. So, assuming that I want to write a blog post, okay, I'm just gonna. All right, I'm gonna write a blog plus post on how AI benefits small business. Usually, our prompt ends here. No context. This is the goal. No context, no visualization, no expectation, or nothing. So let's add a little bit of context, okay? And I can add it straight here, or I can go for a new line, formatted the way you want. So this is my context now. Yeah. So I'm saying that, you know what, I'm a tech blogger and I educate small business owners about technology. My audience seeks practical insights into AI applications. That's why I want the blog post on how AI benefits a small business and so on, right? Now, do I want Copilot to get data from anywhere? No. Do I want Copilot to go to Wikipedia and get me answers? Of course no. I want to use recent data and examples from reputable sources like Gartner, Forbes, you see, focusing on AI impact and real world success stories. Yeah, that's my source. That's how I specify the source. It should, it's not, when I say the source, it doesn't mean you always add a particular website. No. Yeah, you can say like this. You can describe the type of websites that you want, or mention certain websites like what we did here. Now, the last thing is my expectation. How do I imagine the output, the tone, the format? All right, there we go. The post should be concise, clear, and structured, with introduction, main content, highlighting AI benefits and challenges, and actionable advice. Maintain an engaging, informative tone. Send that to Copilot. Let's see the result generated by Copilot. So Copilot gets cracking immediately. There we go. This is the prompt. Got a title, got some sort of executive summary in here. Yeah, let me zoom in so you can see. And then real benefits of AI for small business. I got the benefits, number one, number two, number three, number four. Yeah, the challenges. All right. Actionable advice as I requested. And then the final thoughts. And I was able to structure this post the way I want because I structured my prompt in the first place. So I'm gonna share with you this prompt so you would have an example on the chat window. Yeah, I'm sharing on the chat window. Source expectation, leave this one. Okay. Send. You have it now. You got the goal, source, and expectation. Your GCSC. There we go. Okay. Now, talking about prompt engineering. Uh, yeah, there's a trick that I usually do when I'm lazy enough to write an effective prompt. So I go to Copilot and I go like, okay, generate a prompt for me to achieve the following. All right, spelling. All right, whatever. Copilot will understand. And then I go like dash dash dash. This means sectioning in prompt engineering, where you separate the content that you want Copilot to work on, and then your request. And now what I want to achieve is, well, I want to generate. I want an image. I want a wise man reading a book sitting on cloud, whatever. I just came up with this one just to show you that this is one way to do it. You got the prompt, and you get more specific, and you go like, you know what, the following, and then use um, um, prompt engineering. And if you want, you can mention it. You can say GCSC format for this prompt. Okay, so this is the prompt I wrote, and I'm gonna send it, and I'm gonna copy it. I'll copy the prompt I wrote, share it on the chat window, and share with you the generated prompt. Here is the generated prompt. So the goal, to generate a realistic image of a wise man, blah, blah, blah. And then the context, the subject, the setting, the style, the composition, the emotion and tone, and everything. The final prompt looks like this. So I'm going to take the prompt and paste it in here. send. So you see, this part of a prompt could be saved. And every time I want a new prompt, I just go to my saved prompt, add this part, and then mention what prompt I want Copilot to generate for me. And Copilot will get cracking creating the prompt for me. This is the prompt that Copilot created, shared on the chat window. There we go. All right. Can you please mute your mic, Arshad, and your cam is on. All right. Your cam is on. I like that app. It's called Arshad, I hope you hear me. All right. So I got my image. The point here is you let Copilot generate the prompt for you. So, any questions so far? Any questions? Thank you for the feedback, Ahmed. All right, thank you, Khadija and Khulud. Next, you see this website. It's called the Prompt, the Copilot Lab, or they renamed it actually into the Copilot Prompt Gallery. Right. So I'm gonna share this link with you here in the chat window. For the Copilot prompt gallery. You will get some videos here. Copilot in everyday apps. This is the full family, full-fledged of Copilot family. These are sample prompts. What you need to access actually is view all prompts. This is the one that takes you to the actual gallery. Let me paste that here. So here you get to filter your prompt. You want to see how Copilot in Teams work? Do you have a certain task in mind? Maybe catch up? Yeah. Maybe this one, get clarity. You click on it and then it goes, you're like, okay, list the different opinions and suggest clarifying questions to ask for each and so on. So you have
Hello, Ayman. I'm sorry you're muted.
I. Thank you. When was the last time you heard me?
A couple seconds ago, not for so long.
All right. So I was saying this is a prompt gallery where you can filter them by application and filter those prompts by task or by department, yeah, or a Copilot agent. I'll tell you all about these agents in a bit. So this is the prompt gallery. This is so you won't leave empty-handed. This is a place for you to go see, watch videos, and then see variety of different prompts. All right. Now let's see it in action. All right. Let's see Copilot working. Unless you have a question. Let's carry on. I hope you can see me and you can see my screen. You can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Thank you so much. So I was saying in Teams, I can reference files. So I can click on here and then add content and then reference a certain file and then ask Copilot to work on it. Okay. For instance, I can upload files. If these list here, it comes from OneDrive for Business. If I don't see my file, I can simply search for it. So I can say, let's say, Copilot, all right, and then I get all my Copilot files, whether it begins with the word or it's in the middle. Another way to reference a file is by typing // and then start typing what you're looking for. COP, for Copilot, and then I got the list filtered. Yeah, Copilot, and then the list gets filtered. If you don't have the file in OneDrive or SharePoint, by clicking on Add Content, you can actually upload files. So I'm gonna upload this Excel file and upload another Excel file. All right, these are products files. Yeah, 2 files, and then I'm gonna ask Copilot compare between these files and show the result in a table. Yeah, this is compare, senor, not compare. Compare, yes, there we go. So this was my prompt. I've added 2 files, and then I'm comparing between them, and I'm asking Copilot to show the result in a table. All right, there you go. I got the table. All right. If I ask Copilot to show the result, to combine them and put them in a third file, it would have done that as well. So it depends on the prompt. If you don't get the result, don't be afraid to iterate and fix your prompt. Right? So this is referring to files. This could be files. This could be meetings. Yeah, I can reference a meeting, like for instance, let's say, yeah, this meeting, and then I go like, okay, summarize. I was looking for a dummy meeting, and that's a dummy meeting. Summarize this meeting, generate action items, yeah, and so on. I got my result in Arabic because the meeting language was in Arabic. I can follow up and say in English, please, right? And then it would translate the whole thing in English for me, right? So it depends on how you prompt, right? That's one of the capabilities. Another thing that you can try today is that if you have a conversation, you see, like this meeting conversation right here, okay? This meeting or a conversation with a person, all right? There's always a Copilot icon at the top right corner of your screen. When you click on this Copilot icon, now you get to interact with Copilot. So you can go like, okay, recap this meeting for me. Yeah, because I joined late, right? I want the main points discussed. What are all the questions asked in this meeting? So none of you asked any question, but I asked a couple of questions. So let's see the result in here. Here are questions, and no, okay, they did not do a good job because these are not questions. This is the question, yeah, and so on. Summarize the key points discussed in this meeting. That's a follow-up prompt, all right? Because the meeting, okay, let's see what it will create. We do a live Zoom. So here are the key points, all right? Introduction and house rules, yeah, and that was through the video, yeah, and then certification requirement and certificate requirement, yeah, and then a quick overview, yeah, demonstration and examples, and so these are the key points with references, right? So you can do this from this interface, and you can do this as well from the meeting interface during the meeting, right? So here is my meeting. This is the meeting we're all in right now. So I can click Copilot here and then interact with Copilot. Okay. You see, it got me as well screenshots. Yeah. So it pretty much works similar to the tools you've been inviting to this meeting. Yeah. So I told you, you don't need other tools. So Copilot can help you before the meeting to prepare for the agenda, or during the meeting to ask questions, or after the meeting in order to summarize meetings and so on. But if I want to reply to someone, you see, I want to say, Thank you all for joining this session. And I wanted to sound more professional. I would click on this icon here. Yeah, the pen icon. By clicking on the pen icon, Copilot will rewrite it for me. Thank you all for attending this session. All right. And then I can click on adjust and change the tone. Maybe I want to make it longer. Maybe I want to make it more professional, and then I can replace. Yeah, and I have the different versions here to compare and see what I want. Thank you all for participating, sorry, participating in this session. Replace, I got it replaced, and then send it to everyone. That's another use of Copilot. So enough about Teams now. Let's, unless you have a question, let's take a look at the chat. I think no question. All right. Iman, you started the recording again?
I have a question.
Yes, Mariam.
Yeah,
I'm all
where we
ears.
can find the post and pre activity and the survey? Because I attended like last session with different topic or subject, but I didn't get anything. Even that the redeem code, when I used it, it shows like, yeah, I got it, but I didn't see anything on learning Microsoft.
I will guide you at the end how to access the certificate on Microsoft Learn. Yeah, there's a couple of tricks that you need to do. About the recordings, the team has a certain procedure. I think they wait at the end of the month, and Iman will be the best to tell us. I think they wait until the end of the month to see all the webinars you attended for different topics, and then they shoot one email with all the links.
Oh, okay.
Correct
That
me
is
if I'm wrong,
correct,
Iman.
Ayman. Also because they are being uploaded because the files are a little bit heavy to be sent in an email. So they are being uploaded and we will share the links with you at the end.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your question. Okay. Now, how does Copilot understand what's going on during the meeting? It's not because the meeting is recorded. I'm going to repeat this because that's a big confusion. It is not because the meeting is recorded. No, it's because the meeting is transcribed. Even if the meeting is not recorded, but you start the transcription, Copilot will work and it will understand who said what, and then you join the meeting late and you go like, did anyone mention my name? Did I get any task while I'm not here? And so on. And Copilot will be able to answer all of these questions. Now let's move from Teams to the latest and greatest, the new experience of Microsoft 365 Copilot app. So if you don't have this app installed on your machine, yeah, and you want to see this new experience, you might want to go to this URL, which is M365. I'm gonna paste it on the chat window, right? M365.cloud.microsoft chat/chat. So this is the new experience of Microsoft 365 Copilot. This is what we've been waiting for, because now finally we have all the capabilities of the latest and greatest AI, generative AI models out there in the market. I'm talking deep search. I'm talking reasoning AI. Yeah, all in one interface. Now, let me guide you through the new experience. You are so lucky because this update is rolled out. It's been rolling out since last week. Yeah. And if you don't get it, you will get it soon because it's going in phases. Yeah. And this is the first webinar we run on this new experience. So let's dive in. Now, the first thing to notice is that Microsoft has separated the search, yeah, from the chat experience when you're chatting with Copilot. So besides search and chat, we have some agents as well that you can interact with. All your previous conversations exist in here. All the saved conversations exist in pages, and I will tell you what is that. And if you want to create one place, one container for all the documents related to a certain topic with all your Copilot conversations related to that topic, now you can. You will simply create a notebook for that. But if you want to create images, forms, banners, yeah, you will go to the create experience and let's see some demos. When you click on search, this takes you to search where it's a deep search on your organization content, yeah, on your documents. So you're looking for future of AI and then hit enter. There you go. These are all the findings. You see different files. Some of them are files, yeah, different types. I got all of these documents, videos, yeah, folders, SharePoint folders, links, all right, pages. You see, this goes on and on. I got some sites. I got people of I doubt, no people, yeah. News, I doubt as well. Well, we got some news. There you go. Future of AI. All right. Brilliant. Because this one does not search by keyword. It search by the context, the meaning. Sorry. So anything that means future of AI, future of work, and so on. There you go. Messages, yeah, different messages, images if you have, yeah, videos, and if you have some Power BI results as well. So it's a deep search within your content. That's the point. That's why. So instead of searching for information, ask Copilot to search for it. And instead of searching for information through the chat experience, there is a separate place for it. But if you want to chat with Copilot again, work or web, you see, work or web. They centered the box for you. You got some options here to explore. These are different options to explore how to interact with Copilot. Yeah, maybe you want to help prepare for a certain meeting or what's new in my inbox. Yeah, or summarize a file. So these are options for you to test and try. All right. So whatever your question is, maybe I want to Copilot to help me prepare for a webinar, which is the future of work, which is 1st of June, which is this webinar. I'm gonna send this to Copilot and then it looks like new chat. Okay, wait, it faced the problem, technical issue. Could be internet, by the way. Come on, come on, come on. For a reason, it doesn't want to help me prepare for for this webinar. It's like you're already in the webinar. What do you want me to do? Help me prepare for this meeting. All right, meeting, and then forward slash. It jumps into meeting because it understands. All right. Microsoft Copilot in Teams workthrough. Why not? Send this one. And there we go, because this meeting is tomorrow. So it's after tomorrow, actually. You see, Tuesday, that's the time, organizer, and then more details here and resources on preparing. And I have to be more specific on my prompt, like what do I want the help in? Generating questions or generating agenda and so on. So this is the same typical chat experience that we discussed now in Teams. There are follow-up prompts in here. I can choose the follow-up prompt that I want to prep for draft talking points, and then there you go. I got my talking points. All right, and I can click on view prompts, and then I go to the interface that I've showed you earlier of the prompts, where I have Microsoft prompts and my saved prompts as well, and the team prompts, the prompts that I shared with the team. All right, this is the chat experience. Every conversation gets saved in here. All right, so I can easily jump to a previous conversation. All right, and carry on a previous conversation. All right, but the cool thing is you see, if I click on all conversations, let me jump into remember the AI benefits for small business organization that we've done. I kind of like this output. I kind of like this output, so I want to save it to a page. So what I can do is I can click in, let's say this one. I'm gonna click in edit in pages. I'll click on this icon. After each prompt, I can see this icon. So when I click on edit in pages, it will bring the prompt that I use and the result. And guess what? Now this one is editable. Yeah, I can do whatever I want in here. I can make it H1, I can change the style, I can borrow from another result that I got from Copilot here, elaborate. All right, I can get more results from Copilot here, copy it and paste it to my page. Yeah, so maybe this content here, I'll copy it and then add it here, whatever. So this is saved in a page now. Once I close it, I won't lose it because it will be part of the pages. There comes the pages that we spoke about. So once I click on pages, here is the latest page that I created, which was this one. I can carry on working on it. Once I'm done editing this page, I can share it with the team now. I click on share, page link, or a certain component on the page, because I can, on this page, I can add several components. I can add anything I want from those different components. It could be a Kanban board if I need. Yeah, you see. Maybe I want to share this component or share the whole page link with the team member, and this is saved now. I always access it from pages. This is the summary of the chat and the conversation and the pages, and those chats, conversations, and pages with their documents, if they are related under one topic, and I want to always ask about the same set of data, then I would create a notebook. I will simply click on new notebook, and then I would say AI for small business, small business organizations. Maybe I want to call it this way, okay? And then now I will select the files related to this topic. Okay, so it could be AI for business, it could be anything. So I have AI for small loop page that I just created. Okay, that gets me 3 elements. Maybe I want to add this future work webinar as well, and then I would create the notebook. If I don't see my files, I can simply click on OneDrive for Business right here. Yeah, OneDrive for Business, and then navigate to the files that I want to bring. I can choose the files that I want from here. All right, and then click on Create. Now I have all my files related in one place. Okay, which means any conversation I do here Okay. Latest news about AI for small business, whatever. I'm just trying, right? So I asked the prompt, this page and this the page output and conversation will be saved under one notebook, the notebook that I created. Okay, so I can go back to this at any point of time. So if I go back to notebooks, I got AI for business, for small business organizations. Once I click on it, I will see all the files that I've added here, pages and one PowerPoint, and I will see the chat history around this one, and I can generate an audio overview of this one, and I can create a new page straight away from this notebook by clicking on new page, title it, yeah, forward slash, and then add anything I want in here, okay, and then it will be saved under the same notebook. So it's a folder to categorize. Hello, Andrew. All right. Do you have any questions so far? No? Okay. Now, do you want a 10 minutes break? Raise your hand if you need a break. Andrew, you have your hand up. Please tell us.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. I just joined the chat. I was an hour late since you started. So hopefully I was inquiring whether you can send us a software PDF notes that we can read for
Yeah,
those of
we'll,
us
we'll
who
send
are
you a
late.
something better than that. We'll send you the whole video.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, amigos, let's go for a 10 minutes break. I will see you after the break. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. See you in 10. Those who did not go to the break, if you have any question, we can discuss. All right, welcome back. So we had a question here in the chat window asking if we can extract data from an image and extract text from an image, yeah? And let me show you how to do that. Well, you can simply go to Word, for instance, Microsoft Word, and add an image, and then ask Copilot to extract the image, right? So I've snipped part of our conversation here in the chat window. Just a second, because something wrong happened here. I didn't want it to be this way, so let me snip it again. So I'm avoiding adding your pictures to the image. So there you go. All right, I'm gonna save this one as here. Yeah, okay, so it was okay. Now, you see in Microsoft Word, what you can do is open up the Copilot panel, okay? And then by default, there is an option here to actually extract images. Yeah, you see, by clicking on this option, Copilot will allow you to upload the image and it will write the prompt for you. Extract text from this image and then upload the image. Could be from your phone, could be from the device, and then choose the image that you want and then send it to Copilot, and Copilot will extract the image, the text, I mean. All right. For a reason, it didn't take that. I said that I want to extract, unable to directly extract text from image or make changes to your document. No, senor. Let me just repeat that because it usually works fine. It's part of the default behavior that you can try. So for a reason now, it just trying. It's acting up on me, and it doesn't want to extract the text from me. But that's how you do it, even in PowerPoint. Yeah. So Word or PowerPoint, you go to PowerPoint, you go to Copilot, and there we go. On Copilot, you go like extract text from an image and then upload an image. So maybe the text, the image we created, the text was not clear. So let's try another image. Right? Just go into my snipping tool to snip another image, another text. So new. This one, I'm just gonna go for this one now. And then save it. Screenshot, come here, upload it, add an image, upload, use it. It should work fine unless it decides to embarrass me. So there you go. Click to add title, click to add subtitle. It works fine. All right. As for the other part of the question, where how can Copilot help in data analysis, and are we covering everything in Copilot just today? No, this is the first part. We're just talking about different capabilities here and there, yeah. But then we have another webinar, which is a product-based webinar. We will take Copilot in Excel and then talk about everything there. We take Copilot in PowerPoint and then talk about everything over there. So that's a product-based. And then we will put everything together in a third webinar series called persona based webinar. On the persona based, what we do is we take a look at a typical day in an HR person. How would they leverage Copilot? A finance employee, yeah. How would you use Copilot within your organization? Marketing, IT, and so on. So we have different webinars. I hope I answered your question. I'll come back to the data analyst part. What I meant is to have this ability via notebook. I'm not sure I understood that question, Kaputas.
Yes, good afternoon from my side, Ayman
Good
also.
afternoon.
Just a brief question. For example, uh, let's say that we want to use a notebook in order to attach there files that have to do with instructions of an operation department.
On a
The inst-
notebook, this notebook.
Correct.
All
Uh,
right.
and let's say that all these instructions are written in Word or PDF, but inside there are also print screens
Hmm.
and schemas in print screens. Can
Hmm.
Copilot, when we ask the question and we say, you know something, give me the information regarding the servers that has to do with a specific, let's say, service, can
Hmm.
Copilots scan also the data depicted on the print screens?
I am not really sure because I haven't tried it. So I'm gonna try it right away.
Thank you very much.
This is the image we extracted earlier. I'm gonna save the file in OneDrive for Business. I'm gonna call it demo so I can delete it later. There we go. Replace existing. Yes, why not? All right. The file is saved, so Copilot can see it now. I'm gonna close it and let's say in here, assuming that I've created the notebook and I added everything, I'm just gonna do it from the chat. I just switch to work and I'm gonna add the document that I just uploaded, which is demo. Demo Word document. It doesn't see it yet because I just uploaded it. Yeah. So what I can do, I can navigate my way in order to get it, or just upload it. Yeah, which will be easier to just upload it. So add content and then upload. It should be here. It should be demo doc. Yeah, I just want to confirm that it's this one. Open. Because I see the date modified is way different. Oh, okay. My bad. I'm in a different account. I uploaded it to another account. So demo, this demo. Yes, this one. So that's why Copilot didn't see it because it was a different tenant. Now, extract all the text on this document, including the text on the images in or on the document. Straightforward. If it can do it, it will do it. If it cannot do it, there we go. You got your answer. All right.
Thank
Either
you very much,
empty.
because I
No.
have the same
Just a
outcome.
second. It doesn't see the content, right? So let me make sure that I close the document because that's a glitch that actually happens. It could be because it didn't ingest the data yet, or it just simply cannot do it. Okay?
As far as I know, it can't do it. It can't.
Yes, it cannot. Yes, it cannot do it. Yeah, I
Okay,
just
thank you.
wanted to confirm why I know that it can't do it. But these tools, they get updates very frequently. So I was like, you know what, let me try it. And that's how you should interact with these tools. You try something, it doesn't work, come after some time and try it again. Yeah, it might be added in there. And by the way, If you like or don't like something, please use those icons in here. That's how you refine the tool. That's how you tune the tool. If you don't like this answer, click here, say why you didn't like it. Microsoft listens closely to those suggestions you put here, and that's how they come up with new features to the tool. All right. Now, one of the new updates so far about Copilot is some agents here. On the top of the list is the researcher and the analyst. Forget about Kahootify. This one I created. So learning coach, career coach, prompting coach, and so on. But we will focus on these two. Now, the researcher, here is where we have the deep seek capabilities reasoning model, right? And we have as well deep search capabilities as well. So I'm going to show you a quick example of all of them, yeah? Because the time is tight, I'm just going to run through what I created earlier, yeah, when I was testing it. So I received the new interface and update yesterday. I'm telling you, I didn't sleep. I've been pushing it and trying it and testing it and so on. So for the researcher, when you go to a previous conversation, I noticed that it takes a bit of time to get everything back to you because it did huge analysis and so on. But this one is taking a very long time, right? Let me go back to the researcher. PDB request report. Yeah, why not? There we go. So you see, when you interact with the researcher and you run a prompt like this one, requesting a report for executives, researcher comes back with questions. It doesn't just give you the answer immediately. It tries to understand because it's a reasoning model. Yeah, it understands. So it goes like, okay, what specific format do you want this report? Is it detailed report, executive summary, and so on? Are there any particular technologies you want to focus on? Do you have any specific source of type of sources you want me to prioritize? So you answer those questions or just say go ahead if you don't have any answer, right? So what it does next, it shows you the way it's thinking. You can expand it and see it live. You see how it's thinking, what the thinking approach, the chain of thoughts, what website is visited, and so on. This allows you to intervene, and you can once it's done, you go like, okay, you've done that step wrong. Well, I need you to visit these sources instead, and so on. So this is the difference between reasoning models and normal models. You see, normal models like the chat model, they depend on their learning data. Do you know if you give a normal model and a mathematical equation, it might not know how to solve it if this solution is not written on the training data because it doesn't actually think. It goes to the training data and on the web and search, and then it comes back to you with an answer. Unlike reasoning models, like in researcher, they think, they actually solve the equation. All right. So let's give a quick example here. I'll go back to the researcher. I want to visit one of my old conversations. Testing report. Why did you not open this one? Yeah, there you go. Okay, leave this one. This is internal. All right. So so let's say go to the internet and get me all the feedback about let's say Microsoft 365 new update. I'm talking about Wave 2. You see, this one was generated like last week, so it might not find much information in here. I'm just challenging the model in front of you. Yeah, and let me just send that. There we go. It's searching. It will come back with questions. I will answer the questions, and then it will start the actual deep search. All right. And you see, because the research takes time, I can run the research, go do something else, and then I will get those pop-up notifications telling me, oh, the researcher needs your assistance in something. You're not supposed to answer those questions. It's done researching and so on. So are you looking for feedback from specific sources? Actually, no. Do you need summary of the feedback or a detailed report? Summary will do. Is there a specific format? No. So I'm just gonna send this one and let it start working. So don't expect an immediate result when you use the researcher, because as I said, it uses two new famous models, AI models, and these are the deep search and the deep and the reasoning model. So you expand this in order to see what is it up to. Beginning the research and so on. Now it's done examining release overview of wave 2. Yeah, narrowing down details. You see, so you're taking a peek at the brain of the AI now. It's showing you what it's doing exactly. Because this one takes time, so we're gonna let it be. We're gonna let it work, and then we will. It looks like it's almost done. You see, it depends on your prompt. If your prompt is complicated, it will take very long time. But I guess this one is over. No. All right. It's going to take time. So I'm going to drop it. I'll come back to it later and I will get notified anyway. Next on my agenda is analyst. All right. And this is where I get deeper analysis. So for instance, I will run one of the ready prompts here, which says, what are the trends you see in the uploaded files? Yeah, which variables are correlated and how much can you visualize these correlations? And then it's time for me to upload the file now. So I'm going to upload the file. My file is in here on my Copilot demos. It's this file here. It's an Excel file with marketing campaigns. It's a dummy data, yeah. Marketing campaigns that technology ran and their start date, end date, revenue, duration, and all these dummy data. So the analyst is an agent that will expose and share with you the Python code it used, the method it's used in order to analyze, you see, before generating the final result. Again, you're looking at the brain of the AI working, where it's a chance for you to intervene if it did something wrong, and it did something wrong, it ran into an error. Yeah, so it will rectify, you see, it will redo the step until it makes sure that there is no error, and then it will work on its own until it gets you your result. So it created, you see, the key trends and correlation. There we go. And it created a heat map for me as well. And if I want to know how it did it, if I'm a data scientist, data engineer, there we go. It's all here. So these are agents, then you see the rest of them. These are agents created by Microsoft. We've seen the researcher, the analyst, yeah. And if you want to write prompts the way I showed you, you click on the prompt coach agent and then open it and then help me write a prompt about let's say I'm generating an image of an I don't know, alien in Souk Wakif, whatever. Yeah, I'm just trying. So sending this, what it does, we didn't find any match. Help me write wrong. No match. How? No match. This is the agent store. I want the prompting, senor. Where is my prompting? Writing coach, career, prompt coach. Yes, this one. Open it, please. Let us work. There we go. Here is the prompt. Souk Wakif. You want an alien in Souk Wakif. Here is the prompt. Yeah, it uses the GCSC as well. So actually, it needs this from me. Yeah. So I don't have time. Just continue to the prompt. The right thing to do is to answer these so it can create the prompt for you. All right. That's the right thing to do. So it will help you create a solid prompt that will get you your result. The main purpose of the image is yeah, marketing material, and then the context, background information. For example, is this for a project or presentation or just for fun? For fun. And then the source, yeah, you generated, all right, and then expectation of the final image, realistic image, all right, with HD quality. Yeah, and then I can actually mention the view, top view, front view. Can even take it deeper into a realistic image taken by a Canon camera, and the settings for the camera is as follow. And then I mentioned the shutter, the ISO. I can do all that. So anyway, I got my final prompt. Now I can use this prompt. Yeah. So now I can go to the chat, for instance, and then run this prompt and then get my result the way I want. So that was the prompt coach. Okay. Do you have any question? There we go. I got my image. You like it, carry on. You don't like it, ask Copilot to regenerate. But if the aim is to create images, actually, chat is not the right place based on the new experience. You have to go to create. So once you go to create, this is the right place to create images. All right. So if you want to create an image, you can. If you want to design a poster, you can ask AI to design a poster. If you want to create a form, design a banner, edit an existing image, right? You can do all that. You see, we have different options here. Creating stickers, you want colors to pop up, you want to change the background, you want to erase certain objects on an image. These are all editing capabilities. Yeah, erase objects, you see, super resolution to enhance small images, get rid of the background. These are all possibilities. But if you want to create an image, you're gonna start by describing your image. Yeah, and maybe you want a rendered computer graphics image. And then maybe I want to add a base image. I don't want to generate it from scratch. If I want to generate it from scratch, I can. But if I want, I can add an image. I'm gonna add this image here. Yeah. And then once I describe it, I can choose the style. Maybe I want it this way. And then I choose the size. And then I create the image. Meanwhile, let me show you the original image. So this is the original image that I use, right? For those Jordan. This is the generated image. Copilot is working on it. I'm just gonna put this here to compare. Still working on it. So while it's working on it, let's explore. If you want to edit the generated images, you simply go to edit. Okay. If you want to add some text or add some media, some stickers and visuals, yeah, you can visit these different areas to see all of this. Now look at this. This is the generated image versus the original image. Okay, based on the style that I've chosen. Okay. And then I can do stuff like, you know what, going to the edit and then remove the background if I want to remove the background, or blur certain areas, change the color if I want to. So by clicking on change the color, it will start working immediately on changing the color. I can click on adjustments and then modify what I want. So here is the edit and then choose the color that I want. Yeah. Or I want to crop it. I want to take a sticker out of it. I want to move it. So I'll click here and then let it move. Okay. So you can play with it the way you want. Okay. So I don't want the moving part. What I want is to, let's say, get rid of some parts. We're still working on it. It's not allowing me to edit. Yes, thank you for not moving it. What I want is to erase certain parts. So once I bring the mouse here, it understands the different areas in the image. So it makes it easier for you to just click on it and then it will move it immediately. And if it doesn't do a good job, there is a brush that you can use in order to select certain areas to be removed, and then you can easily erase it because now it's selected this part as well. Should have used the brush and keep this part. But anyway, it will do a good job erasing it. That was the create experience. If there was a background, it will keep the background. But now because I don't have a background, it's still it got me this face. Yeah. So let's say I'll leave this to you to play with, right? There are some other filters here. There are plenty of other tools that you can try. Okay, so for me, what I want to cut this out because I don't want that one. And then I'm just gonna cut it out, and there we go. I have it separated. Whatever the scenario, you can download it at the end from. You can add some layers and add stuff on top of stuff. So it's a whole editing tool now. Yeah, it's a whole editing tool. And the good thing is, you don't have to start from scratch, by the way. You can choose an image like this one, add the image you want, yeah, and add the color palette that you want and the style. Modify the prompt, change the color palette of this of the. I'm just gonna keep the same. The illustration, ensuring illusion. Ensuring a balanced use of the colors, edit the prompt if you want to, or just create. So you can start from one of those templates, yeah, and then it will leverage the template to create the image for you. Whether this was an image or a banner or a form, this is the right place to create digital artifacts or digital content. Do you have any question for me? We spent some good time on the new experience of Microsoft 365 Copilot. But as I told you on the other webinars, we will go into more details of how to use Copilot in Excel, how to use Copilot in Word, in Outlook, yeah, and all the other applications that you've seen on the agenda, yeah. So this is what we will tackle during the series of webinars, the agenda that I showed you at the beginning of the session. So join us for the other webinars, and I'm gonna, if you don't have any question, I'm gonna leave you now with the last activities of, we have something in hi, it's Putty, all right, from South Africa. Thank you for letting me in, all right? Thank you for joining us, right? A couple of last activities. I really hope you enjoyed my flight today and you learned. I hope to see you on the other webinars where we will take a deeper look at Copilot. Leave us on the chat window from what country are you joining us today, and we're gonna need to know your valuable feedback. So please, I will share with you a link for the feedback. Share with us, tell us how did we do on this session to improve our future sessions. And that will be it. So just allow me a second to grab the link here and share it in here. Okay, this is the feedback form, just to show you what I just shared on the chat window. This is the feedback form. You can click here immediately, or you can click on the feedback form in here. If you have any question in the future, if you want to take this conversation further, please link me in, and I'll be more than happy to help and assist even after the training. That's what we aim at, for the learning experience to proceed even after the session and webinars and beyond this forum we're in right now. Please share with us your feedback. This is crucial to us. I thank you all for joining this webinar. I really hope that you learned and enjoyed at the same time. Wish to see you in future webinars. I wish you all the best on your future endeavors. Have a good one. Cheers. Bye-bye. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Thank you so much, Mr. Ayman. Everybody, just want to say that we will send you a link for the achievement code, and those link, it will reflect a badge on your Microsoft account. You need to use Microsoft email, personal email, whether it's Hotmail or Outlook. and you'll be able to retrieve or redeem those achievement codes. So please bear with us while I put this in the chat.
Assalamu alaikum. I
Walaikum
have a
assalam
question
warahmatullah.
regarding this session. Is it recorded? If yes, can we have the link so we can go through it later, please?
Yes, the session is recorded. It's just that there is a process. The team will look at all the webinars you attend in a month, in this month, and then at the end of the month, they will send you all the recordings for the webinars you've attended.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Now, regarding the achievement code that my colleague Iman just shared, once you click on the link, it will take you to Microsoft Learn, all right? And if you're signed in, it will immediately ask you to redeem the code. But if you're not signed in, it's going to ask you to create an account. So sign in with your account, personal account preferably, but if you don't have Microsoft account, shame on you, by the way, but you can use any other account. You can use corporate accounts and so on. But Microsoft recommends using your personal account. Once you sign in with your personal account, Microsoft Learn will take you into creating a profile process. So specify the area you're from and all that. And once you're done, click on Back to Learn. Once you click on Back to Learn, it will take you back to this interface with this redeem box. But if you click anything else other than Back to Learn, once you create your profile, not a problem, click on the link that Iman shared again. Then it will redeem your code in here. Once you click on redeem, it will add this to your profile. So for the lady that was asking about redeeming and then she did not find the certificate, once you click on view profile, this should take you to achievements. For some reason, sometimes it might be under activities and you will not see anything in here. But if you switch to achievements, yeah, switch between learning path and courses, you will find a certificate in one of these. Depends on the code that we share with you. So the code we shared now was this one. Was it? No, it was under learning path then. Or it's not, or maybe I have it already, that's why it's not there. But for you, it will appear under either a learning path or a course, yeah? And once you click on the link, it will take you to the training course for your learning to proceed, yeah? But if you don't want this, you want to see the certificate, don't click on the link. Click on the print icon. Once you click on the print icon, this will take you to your digital certificate as a gesture of appreciation from Microsoft for the time you spent with me on this session. Yes, Azadeen.
Mr. Ayman, there is something. It doesn't it give us a badge, but it doesn't give us a course certificate, like a trophy or something. This code.
It does.
Uh,
Check the learning path. Did you find anything on the learning
yeah,
path?
the learning path. It gave me a trophy, but when I click on when I have clicked on the courses, it doesn't give me anything.
Yeah, as I showed you, as I mentioned, some of the badges are part of courses and some of them are learning path. The one we shared with you now is a learning path.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now click on the print for the learning path and you will get the same exact digital certificate that you can either print or share on social media. So instead of printing, what you can do, click on share, and then you get to share it to either Facebook, LinkedIn, and so on. If you share it on LinkedIn, don't forget to tag me. All right. Yeah, I've added as well my humble YouTube channel. I usually upload webinars. I'm not really active on YouTube, but I upload some webinars and some content that you might find useful. On LinkedIn, though, I have a newsletter. Maybe you want to take a look at. At the end, I want to thank you all again, and I wish you all the best. Thank you for your interactions. Thank you for your engagement and your questions. And have a good one. See you in the other webinars.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you, Mr. Ayman. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.